Hey everyone, welcome back to the Wimpy Studio. And today I'm here with a interesting video that I was not planning on doing, but I'm here with my friends Rachel and Ryan, and we are going to be talking about fast food. So thank you guys for joining me.
Thanks for having me. This is really a fun topic.
hmm
Thank you, Micah. It's always a pleasure.
So Rachel actually was the source that gave me the idea to do a fast food when we were recording when we were talking last month. She brought up the idea of doing a fast food podcast. So I thought, why not? I think it would be fun
Yeah.
to do, and something very different. And we were originally going to do something about movies, and I thought, we've talked about movies for all the times we've done podcasts. Let's just do something totally different, and I think it'll be a lot of fun.
I love it. I think it's so fun to talk about something different every now and then.
Yeah. So, um, I thought that what we'll do is that I've separate into three different categories: burgers, fries, and milkshakes, and then we'll do like an overall like combo deal, which restaurant has the best. So we'll just go in order. So Rachel, what would be the best and worst burger place for you?
Yeah, well, I like a really fresh burger with that's not too greasy. And so I think that you have to go with In-N-Out, especially that if you get the animal style, that's really delicious and it's really good quality ingredients. And I like to get extra lettuce and grilled onions. And so I don't know, I just think the combination of the very, very, very fresh meat, fresh ingredients, well cooked. You can't beat In-N-Out.
So do you have a worst burger you would want to share?
Oh yeah. So I think the worst burger, and it's not really fair because it's not their specialty, but I don't even know why they have them, is from Del Taco. Why do they have burgers? I don't understand. Why not they just have tacos? Because they make really good tacos. But the burgers, gross. I don't want to get burgers and fries at Del Taco. So that would be the worst, I think.
This is new information for me. It's like Taco Bell coming out and saying, "Hey, coming up next on our menu, Philadelphia cheesesteaks."
Yeah,
It
that's
just
right.
it doesn't compute.
No. Yeah, they're just I don't know, they're just not good. They're gross. And they're not fresh or I mean, like their tacos are quite good. I actually love their little street tacos that you can get, the carne asada, um, that I think are really good. But yeah, burgers. If either of you had their burgers,
No.
Del Taco.
There is precisely one Del Taco, and it is in Orlando. And there are plenty of reasons to drive to Orlando. The Dr. Phillips Center, Full Sail University, but not for the one Del Taco that lives there.
Okay, yeah. Well, they also have these like platters kind of that are actually quite good that have like a taco or an enchilada and then refried beans and salsa and chips and it's like $7 for a pretty good meal. So there's no reason to get a burger at Del Taco.
Yeah.
The more you know.
That's right.
Hmm. Okay, Ryan, do you want to go ahead and share?
Sure. So for burgers, I think my favorite, and I think this place might be a borderline, but I'm gonna go with Five Guys as my favorite. Five Guys, I like the customization that they have. I like how you can get like a small burger or like a larger one, like in terms of patty size, and just in general, I just think I think the quality is there. And like sometimes with other places, it's like you kind of give like a I don't know about this, and I know what I'm talking about here, but even still, Five Guys, I walk in there, I feel like okay, this actually looks like real food, so there's that. And then as far as my worst, I think I think I have to say Burger King because I've just never had a positive experience there. It's just never been for me. It's just like it's just a personal thing. It's just kind of there.
Yeah, I'm with you there about Burger King. Like I like the char grilled idea of the Whopper, but I don't know, just I feel like it's always kind of they put too much mayonnaise and it's just always not as good as I want it to be.
Yeah.
I think of the big three, the best burger is from Wendy's. I think has the best of those the Baconator if you're going for really unhealthy, or they even have the pretzel bun burger, which I think is pretty good, and they have a nice all beef patty that's delicious. I have a certain fondness for the little cheeseburgers from McDonald's. Uh, they're like that are like 79 cents. Sometimes I get a Happy Meal and just get as like if I'm not like super hungry, but just need like a little meal. It's I like those little cheeseburgers that they have at McDonald's.
Plus, sometimes at Burger King they'll have like this. I can't remember what it's called. It was like the Royal Burger or something like that, where it's like it's clearly a Big Mac, but it is legally distinct
Right. Yeah.
from a Big Mac to the point where I just have to like facepalm Jean-Luc Picard style and be like, "You're not even trying, are you?"
Yeah. 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 I've heard the Impossible Burger is pretty good at Burger King for plant-based, but I haven't ever tried it.
When it
Uh,
comes to veggie burgers, I either buy them like frozen from the grocery store or I'm gonna make my own. I don't trust, a fast food place to create anything like vegan or vegetarian. I'm sure it is good, but
mhm.
it just no, I'm not going there.
Yeah. What do
Too
you
much,
all
too
what do y'all
much of
think
a risk.
what do y'all think of Subway?
I like it. I think I'm not a. Whenever I see someone getting a tuna, I just want to be like, I'm out. I'm walking out. It looks, it just looks unappetizing.
Yeah. I think
But
this my favorite is the spicy Italian with the sweet vinaigrette dressing, and you get like as much on as you possibly can because I try to get my money's worth. And but that one's really good.
when
I
I
like
when I was playing flag football for precisely one season, I thought it was necessary for me to bulk up, so I would get that feast thing that they offer, where they have like all the meats and all the cheeses and all the toppings and everything. Let's just say it didn't end up well for me. That's as far as I'll go because this is a family podcast.
yeah. What
Yeah.
about you,
Yeah.
Micah?
Um, Favor has got to be In and Out. I think
Yeah.
they have a good burger. I wish I could go to it more often. Animal Style, like you said, is really good. I think they deliver. I think they deliver something really good, and I wish that it was around here. But it's always a treat to get to go every few years. And I mean, it's like we go to like around there for like the Grand Canyon, like just to hike and stuff, and family lives nearby. But we have to go to In and Out every time that we go. Something that you can't miss. Worst
Yeah.
burger has got to be. I mean, I know you said that you would like it, Rachel, but worst burger has to be for McDonald's burgers. Just for me, it's just a little bit. I don't know. They just feel kind of like plain to me. I mean, it's simple, but like I would want something. I don't know. I like Wendy's and how they have like the bacon cheeseburgers, and McDonald's just doesn't do it all for me, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just like the little ones. But the I'm not that big a fan of the Big Mac or the other burgers from McDonald's. But like the quarter pounder is not my favorite. I would rather get something else. I love the chicken nuggets at McDonald's. I would probably get that over the burgers.
Okay,
And
so
now that you can get breakfast all day, I think McDonald's has the best breakfast of any of the fast food chains.
so do you want to?
I don't know.
All right.
Maybe it was like a focus group thing, or if there was just like a creative decision. But there's something about McDonald's breakfast that it like stops at 10 a.m. that just felt a little special to me. And when
Mhm.
they stopped that, it was like, ah, well, there goes the specialness.
Yeah, I can see that, but I still like that because I tend to not be out up and out that early on a lot of days. So the fact that I can get my breakfast a little later, I kind of like, but I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, I live in Florida, so we don't really have a ton of In-N-Outs around here. I've made it a point that if I ever go out to Comic-Con or something like that, I'd make an appointment to at least try In-N-Out one time because I've heard nothing but good things. And I
Yeah,
even hear they have a secret menu that you can get like a grilled cheese or you can
yeah.
get fries well done or I'm sure I'm missing something. There was like a Davy Jones burger, I think it was called, but there was a secret menu that I heard of.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of the restaurants actually do have that. I've heard that's I've never done it because I don't drink coffee, but I heard Starbucks has a big secret menu that you
At
can.
Chipotle, you can order a quesarito, which is a burrito inside of a quesadilla. I've always wanted to order it, but I'm always scared because the person behind the counter who's making minimum wage just like gets Vietnam flashbacks of be like trying to fold that thing and lift it up and just try and not make it a disaster.
Yeah. Yeah, I did hear that too about the secret menu at Starbucks that it's a pain in the neck to make for the baristas. So, I will say too, it's not one of our three categories, but I think that Wendy's one of the best fast food items that you can get is the salads at Wendy's. I think they are so yummy. I think they're as good as most of the salads that you're going to get in like a what do they call it, a fast casual kind of place, like a an Applebee's or that kind of a place. I think they're as good as anything you get there, and for less price. And I don't know, there's just all of them I've ever had are really tasty.
Yeah, I don't trust fast food salads. A lot of times it just you kind of give it the sideways look of I'm not sure about that. If I'm gonna have a salad, I'm going to make it at home. That way I know what I'm putting in it, the lettuce or the spinach, the tomatoes and et cetera, et
Mhm.
cetera. At least I know
Yeah.
what I'm putting in there.
Well, I do think that Wendy's is the exception to the rule though. They particularly their apple pecan is my favorite. It's very tasty. But don't use all the dressing. You just use half is my recommendation. There's a lot of dressing.
Applebee's to me has a pretty good burger, kind of like an interesting choice. But I've had their burger a few times and it's pretty good, I would say.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Rachel, do you want to go ahead and share your best and worst fry places?
So I think that the best French fries are definitely from McDonald's. They're really really crispy, especially if you the secret to getting really good fries from any establishment is tell them you want them with no salt, and you can add salt later, but if you tell them that you want it with no salt, they will be forced to make you really fresh new fries. And so that's a secret to always getting fresh hot fries is say no salt. And I try not to eat salt anyway, so that's better for me. But they're really crispy, and I think they are the best French fries. And I think they have the best chicken nuggets too, or chicken fingers or whatever. And I think the worst fries, I actually think that In-N-Out has the worst fries, even though they're not bad. But they do the natural cuts, like they cut them right there. You see them, and that's good and all, but it doesn't make them as crispy as the McDonald's, which are the formed, fries that come frozen, which are crispier than the natural fries.
That's
So
interesting
softer.
because my best and worst fries are like kind of the opposite of you, Rachel. My favorites are Wendy's because they have the natural cut fries with the sea salt, and those are just amazing. And my worst are the McDonald's ones because they're good for a while, but when they go bad, oh boy, I think they could be used to replace the drywall in your home because
Yeah,
there's
you
no
got to get
coming
them right
back.
away. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. To me, best fries got to go to McDonald's. They're really good. And I just go ahead and get salt on them. I just go ahead and ask for salt because I want to eat them right away. when it comes to worst, Burger King probably. I'm not a huge fan of Burger King
Yeah.
at all. Really, I mean, a few good things, but their fries are just kind of and like they're like thick, and I'm not really a big fan of that. I like the thin fries personally.
The other place that has good fries, in my opinion, at least, is Arby's has really good fries. They have the curly fries, and I like a good roast beef from Arby's. I think it's kind of funny the way that they've positioned themselves as like the manly fast food.
We have the meats.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a bit of an unrelated note, but there's a fantastic video from this channel called Company Man where he chronicles the history of Arby's. It's actually quite good. I'll remember to send it to you all. But
Yeah, that sounds good. But it's I think that a roast beef with a little bit of Arby and horsey sauce, that's the key. Pretty tasty.
yeah, like I said, McDonald's fries are good, but like at a certain point, you can make a bulletproof vest out of them, and no bullet is getting past them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys pro fry sauce or just plain ketchup?
It depends on what the sauce is for me. Normally, I'm ketchup, but like say a Chick-fil-A, the Chick-fil-A
Mm,
sauce, c'est magnifique. I could just like
yeah,
shoot
it
the
is
stuff.
really good. I love the spicy chicken at Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich with a little bit of the Polynesian sauce that they have on there. Because you get like the
Oh yeah.
sweet spicy. That is good.
Yeah, like
See,
Ryan, I like ketchup, but Chick-fil-A sauce is pretty good as well.
Mm.
I grew up as a musical theater kid, and with a Chick-fil-A literally 5 minutes from where we were rehearsing, we were there very often
Yeah,
to
it's
the point where
tasty.
the employees would be like, "Oh, Spruce Creek Drama's here. Usual order for everybody." Like
Yeah.
they knew our orders by heart, like down to my drink order, lemonade with the Splenda.
Oh, the lemonade at Chick-fil-A is so good. Oh,
Quite.
yeah, it's fresh.
Yeah.
What do you get at Taco Bell if you have to go to Taco Bell? What's your order?
I don't know. I mean, I have not been there in a minute, but whew, it would normally be either a grilled stuffed burrito or a Crunchwrap Supreme and whatever Mountain Dew flavor they had that week, because they would always change it out. It would be like Berry Blitz or like Hurricane Force or whatever creative name they came up with. That's just oh, it's fruit punch.
Right. Yeah, I really liked those I liked those Doritos tacos that they have. They're really good. I
Oh,
mean,
those are good. They were good for a while, but then somewhere along the way, and I'm convinced of this, they like cut down the Doritos flavor because for like a period of 6 months, they were like really into like Cool Rancher, like
yeah.
it was really really good stuff. And then it was like this just feels like a regular shell, but they dipped it in crushed Doritos. It's like it wasn't even like baked in or anything. It was just, is that a regular shell?
Yeah. One of my favorite little meals that if I'm on a big budget is to get the rice, which I think is 99 cents, and to get pintos and cheese, the two for $2, you've got a pretty tasty little and get some of the hot sauce in there. And it's pretty tasty for a little cheap. Get a water, got a pretty cheap dinner there. That's pretty good.
Hmm.
Hey,
Taco Bell
that's
for me, probably the Dorito tacos. I typically get their $5 box, which just comes with two regular tacos and a burrito and their nacho fries, which are really good, and their whatever Mountain Dew slushy they have.
Hmm. Yeah, I can't have the Mountain Dew. It's just I can't have caffeine. Keeps me up all night. I have to be really careful, but I like it in theory. But yeah.
Yeah. So
and
milkshakes, if we want to start with those, or unless do you want to say something, Ryan?
no. I was going to say, what are your favorite fries? But then I remembered, oh yeah, you already talked about that.
Yeah. Mhm. So milkshakes. Rachel, do you want to go ahead and go?
Well, my favorite milkshake sadly is not available to me where I live, but I was when I lived in Indiana, I was able to get it. Is these sippable sundaes from Steak and Shake. They are the best. The thing that makes them the best is that they have like the perfect consistency. They really are like a sippable sundae. They're not too thick because some shakes they're just like it's just like eating ice cream. It's not even hardly a shake. Whereas for you can really sip the shakes at Steak and Shake, but they're not like too runny either. Because something like the McDonald's shakes, they're too runny. I mean the what are they called? The McFlurries are pretty good, but again that's pretty thick. But there's something about that like sippable sundae at Steak and Shake that is so good, and I've never had its equal anywhere else. The closest that I can think of is probably a Frosty. If I get a Frosty at Wendy's, is pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Wendy's Frosties, I would say, are they're not like my favorite, but they're pretty good. And Stick and Shake is my favorite as well when it comes to a good milkshake and just they have good Sundays, like you said, but I'm a really big fan of their milkshake. And
Yeah, they're so good.
mhm, yeah,
Oh,
And maybe
look
they
at
don't
us.
call them that anymore. Do they call them because they used to call the shakes sippable Sundays?
yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, look at us. We're unanimous. My favorite is Steak and Shake as well. And there's and some of it is for personal reasons. I was telling you all before we started recording that my friends and I we have a tradition. Usually before the virus, there would be a wrestling show at the local youth center, and then literally 5 minute drive away was the Steak and Shake, and it would be like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and we would just go there and it was always delicious. And my go-to shake is the Reese's, and just wow, like there's few miracles in this life other than than the Reese's peanut butter cup
Yeah.
shake at Steak and Shake. It is just it like Da Vinci would be like perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, and a couple others that are good. Culver's has a good shake. And then also I think Dairy Queen the Blizzard is pretty good. It's pretty thick, so it's more of your ice cream shake. But it's still pretty tasty, I'd say. I also love a root beer float from KFC A&W. That's good, and uh, yeah, so that's the best.
Mm.
A&W is a literal root beer company, so they I would hope that they would have the floats.
That's right, they do. They do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I don't think I can think of any that are really, really bad. I would say. I mean, there's a few that like I'm not the biggest fan of a Wendy's Frosty. I mean, and but I don't think that there's any place that I've gotten that had like a bad milkshake. What do you? What do you
Some of
think?
them are just too thin. I think it's just like a thicker chocolate milk almost, just not even like hardly a shake at all. And I don't really like that.
With McDonald's, they're fine if they can get the dang machine to work half the time, which they
Yeah,
can't.
right.
It doesn't work so often that it's become a literal meme nowadays.
And some of them are awfully expensive. You go to a place like Cold Stone or whatever, and you're gonna pay $7, $8 for a
well,
shake. It's pretty pricey.
well, to be fair, Cold Stone like specializes in ice cream, so that's where they are. But McDonald's is like, burgers and fries and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of speciality.
I do love it's not a shake, but I do love the two scoop sundae at Baskin Robbins with whipped cream, hot fudge sauce, and cherry on top. That's and a little bit of nuts. That's perfect. I usually get cookie dough and Rocky Road. It's my favorite.
Yeah, there you go. So as far as combo meals, we're gonna be doing that. So like a place that has like the best meal that like has the burgers, the fries, and the good milkshake. What do you guys think?
Rachel, after you.
I was telling him I love the Cincinnati chili with a shake at Steak and Shake, but as far as burgers I would probably, if I had to pick one for combo, I would probably pick Wendy's actually, because I think their steak, I think their burgers are good. They do have pretty good fries, and I love the frosty. So I think they, even if they're not number one in all three categories, I think cumulatively they probably have the best average of any of the three.
For me, I think I'd have to. I think in terms of overall, I'd have to side with Wendy's.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. I think that I would agree with both of you for Wendy's. The 4 for $4 deal is really good, and you get like I upgrade to Frosty, and I think you get a good amount of stuff for $4. Like their fries to me are just okay. Their Frosty is decent, and their chicken nuggets are decent, better than McDonald's in my opinion, and their bacon cheeseburgers are really good in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so is there any other places you guys would like to bring up before we finish?
I think we covered out most of the big ones that I can think of. But yeah, I mean, it's Wendy's. You can also get their flavored lemonades, which are pretty tasty. So they have a pretty good overall menu.
Yeah. Trying to
Yeah.
think if there's any other places. Like you said, Culver's has a really good custard. Frozen concrete mixer is the name of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's good.
Yeah. I think that there's a lot of good fast food places out there, and I think that we've covered most of them, and like we all agree that Wendy's was the best combo. I think that each place has something unique about it, and yeah, I think so.
Well, and I think Sonic has good breakfast. Their breakfast stacker is pretty good. That's
If we
probably
were
their
going,
best item.
if we were going just by drinks, Sonic would win hands down, just for their combinations alone.
Yeah.
Whether you get like teas or just a regular drink, their cherry limeade is just like it's awesome,
Yeah.
and their milkshakes are pretty underrated there too. I think the rest of their food is just kind of hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
Good tots, but the rest is like it depends on what day it is.
Yeah, but they do have I like their frozen fruit slushes as well. Those are good.
Yeah.
Did they discontinue those, or are those
Oh,
still?
did they? See, they moved the one that was close by me moved, so or left, so I'm not as up on their menu. But yeah, I did like their breakfasts and their uh frozen fruit slushes. Were
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. Slushies there, I think, are pretty good, and I get them with I get like typically like a blue raspberry with nerds inside of it. They offer,
Oh, nice.
yeah, and
Oh
it's
yeah, those are
yeah.
that's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have to order a pizza, where would you go of the major chains?
It's Pizza Hut or nothing for me.
Hmm. What do you think, Micah?
I'll have to agree with you, Pizza Hut. I think that they have I mean, we have a lot of good local places around here, but as far as overall, Pizza Hut does have really good pizza. Little Caesars, just okay to me.
Yeah, I'd honestly rather just get an order of crazy bread if I have to go to Little Caesars than their pizza. I think the crazy bread is really good. But I love Papa Murphy's. Get one of their thin crust delight pizzas are so good, I think.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty. Now it's really craving me. I'm going to try to convince my mom to go to get fast food tonight. I'm not sure though. Um, I don't know.
Yeah. I
Um,
know. Getting hungry from doing this podcast.
yeah, and maybe
Mom,
like
Mom, can we go to no?
well, Riverdale premieres tonight, and they always have like this classic burger, fries, and milkshake, and Steak and Shake is the most like place that they go to. So maybe I'll ask my mom for Steak and Shake, but I doubt that they.
Yeah, lucky. You should put it on your Insta story if you do.
Yeah, I'm hoping so, but
we can live vicariously through you.
Yeah, be thankful for that because my mom and I'm grateful for this, but my mom is a health nut and she basically never went to any of those places, so I had to discover them on my own and many long conversations about that, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, I want to thank you guys for joining me. This was a lot of fun, and I'm hoping that we can do more of these in the future. We might do some sort of thing with movies again, or we might do like a completely different topic,
Yeah.
like I don't know, some sort of like games or something like that. We'll just have to wait and see. But again, thank you guys for joining, and you can go follow their channels down below. Rachel talks where they both talk a lot about movies, and then Rachel has the Hallmarks podcast where they talk about all things Hallmark. And I think that are you glad that things are less busy there, Rachel?
Yes, although they're ramping up again, getting ready for Sundance. I'm going to be covering for rotoscopers.com, going to be covering all the animated films. So we're doing interviews with all of the animators. Hopefully, if we get everybody, it'll be 11 interviews. So I'm going to be posting over the period of the festival. So I'm really excited about that. So there's always tons of busyness, lots of stuff going on. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Hallmark said to Rachel, "Hey, can you review 20 million of our movies this Christmas?" She basically said in her fluent Han Solo, "Never tell me the odds."
Very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having us. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. So, anyways, you can go follow their channels down below again and make sure you like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching and bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.